Boys and girls, Spartan 3 Crusher here, bringing another tabletop knife review, carrying on the tactical side of my tactical gaming channel here. This is the Cold Steel Spartan. I've had this for a few years now. Man, this is an awesome knife. Best 60 bucks I've ever spent. Here's the blade. I think I'll pull it out of the package today. I don't have the original, type of bubble wrap package sleeve that it came in, so I don't think it'd really be accurate to do that. So I'm just going to do it this way. Beautiful knife. Look at the curves. Look at the handle on this thing. The handle is just perfect. Awesome blade. Look at that big curve in it. Awesome knife. So this steel that the Spartan's, carrying on it is a All-Sate, I think 4.5 inch blade. Awesome. This thing just cuts through anything, and it takes a mean edge too. I don't know if you can see that. Put my edge on there. And I think this is a Zytel nylon reinforced plastic type of handle. I'm not too sure what this handle is. I think it's just reinforced plastic. But steel lined. So this makes the steel liners make this a very heavy knife. It comes in around 6 or 8 ounces, somewhere around there. Typical triad lock, typical of the Cold Steel. This thing holds between 400 or 600 pounds on its lock. It's been years since I've seen that video, and I can't exactly remember. But you got the standard wave function. See if I can zoom in. Got the standard wave function right here, and man, this thing is just a beast of a knife. I've everyday carried this for a few years, and I only used it as a tactical blade because really, you're not going to see me cutting any boxes with this. But just a great tactical blade, a great backup for if you're carrying a gun, or if you don't want to carry a gun, you just want to carry something like this when you're going hiking or something. Maybe the trail that you go on won't allow you to carry guns. Like there's a Natchez Trace trail not too far from my house, a couple hours away, and you're not allowed to carry guns. So this is what I would carry, something like this, something small and compact yet very, very rugged and strong. And I've used this for everything. I've cut vines with this. I've cut wood with this. And this thing just performs. It's just a beautiful knife too. And man, this thing, when you wrap your hand around it and you really, secure your hand in there, nobody's ever going to take this away from you. It's impossible. Nobody will ever take this knife away from you. But you got a flat edge here. You got a flat area here. If I don't have this lanyard on it, you could bust through cinder blocks with this pretty much. This thing, it really, when you bear down on it, like so, it's pretty much a blunt force object, and it's going to crack some stuff. It's going to cave people's skulls in. But, I mean, I love this knife. I've used this quite a lot. I've everyday carried it for like 2 years now. And I used to carry it with my little Leatherman. I don't know what it's called. It's just a Leatherman knife. And I'd carry this if somebody tried to mug me or something. I'd pull this sucker out. Ooh. Focus in on the camera there. I'd pull this sucker out. But let's go ahead and do a little cut test on this. Got some construction paper. And just no effort at all. Oop. Thing just glides through this. Tore it. Thing just glides through this construction paper like butter. And this thing will cut through, I think, 4 pieces of free-hanging manila rope. If you get it to sharp enough standards, as a Cold Steel shows on their videos. And Cold Steel, they do awesome videos on their product testing, and I could just watch them for hours. But after watching, I got the product guide back in what year is it? 2016. Had to think here. So I got it around 2012, and I was looking at it, and I saw stuff like the Raja, AK-47, the Spadas, Tylites, all that was some big names, and I was looking at them, and then I saw this. The Cold Steel Spartan, and I just had to get it. I knew this had to be my knife, and I bought it, $60, and this was my first knife. This was my first knife, and I've had a few other knives. I don't really consider them my first knives because they weren't really quality. They were just cheap flea market. So this was my first quality knife that's really, stood the test of time, and I'm probably going to have this for years on end, and I'm probably going to give this to my children, because this knife is just going this thing is just going to last. There's no doubt about it. This knife will last you, and I'm really proud of this knife, and I don't think I'll ever trade that knife away. And heck, I was actually looking on a Craigslist type app called Let Go, and I saw another one of these. And they were selling it for $25. So I was actually considering buying it, and I've tried to contact the man, but he never replied. So, I want to buy more of these knives. They're just so good. But the role that this knife fits in is more of a tactical than of a EDC, in my opinion, because you're not going to whip this out in the office and say, "Here, I'll open that box for you." No, looks dangerous, and this looks scary. The sheeps of the people are not going to be happy when they see this knife. But this is I always carry this as a backup. Somebody tried to rob me or something, I'd pull this out, and thankfully I never had to do that. And I stopped carrying it now. It's just way too heavy for me. And I always wear shorts now because it's summer in Mississippi. It's like 100 degrees every day, and this thing will pull down my shorts so quick. I'm always pulling up my shorts because this thing is just so heavy. That's really why I bought this. Benchmade Griptilian 550 HG. This thing weighs about 3.5 ounces. Whoops, knocked my camera. But other than that, other than the weight, this knife is great. It's not too expensive. I don't know what the price is now. I think they upgraded the steel not too long ago. I think Cold Steel moved from All-Sate and went from something different. But one thing I have noticed is this type of steel, All-Sate, it rusts a lot. And unless you keep it, oiled and cleaned, this thing will rust. It's very prone to rusting. And, Mississippi, it's a very humid type of state. So this thing this thing would always rust on me. And since this was my case knife for so long, I would never use it. I'd come back and it'd be, rusted. But it's still a beautiful knife. There's no pits or nothing. I've always cleaned it, and I've always kept it oiled now that I've used it. And this thing just lasts me. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for me. Until next time, guys. My name's Spartan 3 Crusher, and I'm signing out.